The fart test is always a good evaluation to know where people are in their relationships. Whenever people are like, "Oh, we're so close," and I'm like, "Have you farted in front of him yet?" No, I would never.
Not that close.
Not that close.
Yeah. I mean, I know couples that legit take shits in front of each other.
Oh. Guys, on this episode of Speak Your Brain, me and my friend Dessie spoke our fucking brains out. I had the most fun on this episode. It was just funny as hell. Check it out. Hope you guys like it. As I was telling you, your personality type, ESFJ. My former best friend was an ESFJ. Well, I don't really want to call her a best friend. And my aunt, who is like the reason I live in the States, she applied for my whole family, and like we came here, and then like we don't get along.
Oh wow.
At all. And but you seem extremely like easygoing and sweet. You're not like those two.
So your former best friend those are the only two people you know that have this?
Yeah. Look, their names are here. How creepy is that? Wow. That I like write people's names next to their personality.
That's smart though.
So yeah, I just like whenever I have a problem with someone, I just like go into this book and I try to like figure out their brains and then my brain and then like put them together and like try to understand the problem from the inside out, you know?
So what are you?
I'm an ENTP. So I am pretty much opposite of you. In all the aspects.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, but we get along fine, right?
Yeah, we worked together for 2 days, and I thought we got along pretty good.
2 whole days. The only thing we basically have in common is that we're both extroverted. But
which surprises me because I always feel like I'm more introverted.
Dude, same. Well, why? Why do you think that?
I mean, I put myself out there when I have to, but I can't do it all the time because it's so much energy for me. Like, I love going home and being alone and having my time.
Right. Well, same, but it's also that you are an extrovert, but your extrovert percentage is 12%, which is not that much.
Okay.
I had a girl here whose extrovert was like 80%.
Wow.
Yeah. So her compass, like the way her whole life is, it's around people.
Right.
Like she just feeds off of people. Her whole life is just around like going, going to parties, hanging out with people. Everything she does, she wants to be around friends all the time.
Right.
But me and you, for example, would probably be more on the similar side because our extrovert is really low. It's like we like being with people, but then leave me alone.
Yeah.
Get out of my house.
Need our space.
You're also a S, so you're also sensing, but 6%. Your feeling is high, 50%. So you're probably really sensitive.
I am sensitive. I would say I'm pretty sensitive.
Yeah. Can you handle jokes? Do you take jokes well?
I take jokes really well. Really, really well. My husband's always picking on me and it's constant joking. He would definitely tell you I was sensitive, though.
His personality type might be like similar to me because I'm just like I just like love bothering people around me.
Probably. I'm definitely going to have him take this.
Teasing them. It would be funny if he's similar to me, Yeah.
Right?
That'd
be cool.
Yeah, it'd be funny. And then you're also judging. So, some interesting thing about your personality type that I realized in my friend and in my aunt, you guys are some of the most supportive people. And when I say supportive, I mean like you will go out of your way to help the people around you and the people that you love, whether it's like friends and family. You will do something that's not necessarily beneficial to you for the sake of others around you that you love. That's not something you see a lot in a lot of people.
I definitely do that.
Yeah.
And I used to do it so much that I would forget like that I needed to care for myself. In almost every relationship, like best friends I used to have, boyfriends I used to have, I was always second because I always put them first. And I never really noticed that, really, because my mom always put me first, obviously. Like, my mom was like that with her kids. But I never noticed that I did that in my relationships until I met my husband, and he was putting me first. And I'm like, what is this? This is new.
Interesting. That was going to be my next question. That, like, was that what it was like with your husband?
Yes, definitely. He always put me first. So it was a nice change of pace, and it worked for me, apparently.
Yeah. Hence the ring.
Yes, exactly.
Cool. Well, but I bet you still do the same thing for him.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I always put him first. And I've had the same group of girlfriends since I was like a toddler, since 7th grade. We have the same group that we've always had. So
how cute.
Yeah. We're protective of each other for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the best way to be. You put him first, he puts you first, so that, nobody really has to come second.
Right.
In that way.
Definitely the best way, if you can find it.
Yeah, I mean, where did you find him? In LA?
No, we met actually in Cabo. Yes.
I met my boyfriend in Cabo.
I know.
I keep trying to tell people, like, look, if you're trying to get a boyfriend, ditch LA.
So
get out of here. Go to Mexico.
Yeah.
That's where they're at.
No, I agree. Like, I love Mexico, and now I love it. I've loved it even more ever since, like, we met there. I have my best friend actually met her boyfriend now of, like, almost 3 years, I think, in Mexico,
Cabo?
too. And I swear it's just, like, it's Mexico. If you're single, ladies, go to Mexico.
Go to Mexico. But be careful. Don't buy drugs from those creepy men outside of clubs.
Yes.
That's not cocaine. That's bath salt.
Good. Very good point.
So how did you meet him in Cabo?
I was still living in Pennsylvania at the time. That's where I'm from. And I went on a trip with my best friend. We were shooting a promo for Bikini Destinations. It used to be on the Travel Channel. And so we were going to do this show, and it was like a spot or whatever. And we were on a yacht, and he at the time was the deckhand of the yacht. So we were on this yacht in Cabo for 7 days, and he was working on it.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got there, I like could not keep my eyes off of him. I'm like, who is this cutie? And we were young at the time. We were both 21. So
right.
Yeah, we were babies.
Because he's a part of the crew, right?
Yeah.
That's what he does, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he's a captain now, but when I met him, he was a deckhand. So we just both like hit it off so well. And I was in a serious relationship, and he was in a committed relationship. And after we met each other, it was kind of like, see ya. And then a year later, I moved in with him.
Wow. See, those type of, that's worth it. If people are with someone and then, like, you meet them while it's kind of, like, overlapping a little, that seems to be the case, right?
Yeah, and I think, like, I was outgrowing my previous relationship and kind of knew that it was changing. So it was just timing, really. Timing is everything.
Right. It's like if you marry them, then the previous people can't even be mad.
Yeah.
Because they're like, it's not my fault. You were the wrong person for them.
It was just meant to be. I always say it was meant to be.
How long have you guys been together for?
Well, we met when we were 21. I moved in with him. Well, I was actually turning 22. I'm a cougar. He's 6 months younger than me. Probably, 8 years now?
Damn.
8 years, yeah.
8 years.
I just turned 30. Dirty 30.
Ooh. What did you do for your birthday?
Not much, really, because it's quarantine.
Corona.
It's not like much we can do, but we have a little fishing boat, so we took it to Santa Barbara and did the Channel Islands and fished and had like a nice little time, the two of us. You
know how to fish?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, I love fishing.
What did you catch?
We caught sea bass that trip, and we caught a really nice yellowtail that trip.
Nice.
Yeah.
Damn. You caught one by yourself?
Yeah.
That's sick. I've never done that before. I'm such a city girl. I've never done these cool things.
I would fish in lakes and ponds in Pennsylvania, but never deep sea fishing. And it's his passion. So now I love it too. We go all the time.
Oh, how cute. 8 years. It's a long fucking time.
It's a long time. It went fast.
Are you tired of him yet?
No, I want more.
How cute. Aw. See, I may have a problem with that.
Well, you've been with your guy
like 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And I do want more. But
See?
when I imagine myself 10 years from now, I'm like, I just don't know.
Yeah.
It just seems like a really long time. It just seems like, and I don't have commitment issues. I know I don't. But forever is a really long fucking time.
It is.
And it just feels like, like, what if 10 years from now you're into something completely different?
Then
you know, what if 10 years from now I'm into losers? And I don't like him anymore.
Well, then you just call it quits and you move on, right? That's all.
I guess that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. Who knows?
But you don't want to call it quits. Divorce is such a big failure in your life. It wears you down. It gives you wrinkles.
Yeah, I guess I just never, I just never think that way about it.
Right.
Ever. I've never been oh my God, what if in 10 years I'm over this? That's never even popped into my head.
What?
Yeah.
Am I crazy or are you crazy?
I don't know.
I want to bring someone else into this. Ask who's the crazy one here.
I feel like most people would probably think how you're thinking. What if?
I feel like guys think like me and girls, I'm not generalizing, most girls think more like you. I think it's a very womanly way
probably
to look at things. And for me it's I don't know. I just think of all the different things that could possibly happen, the positive and the negative. And the way my boyfriend is, he thinks about the positive.
Oh, that's good.
He thinks, why even think that those things could happen?
Right.
You know, what if they don't?
Right.
And I'm like, but what if they do? And statistics show that more of them do than don't.
Right.
Wait, are you guys still following what I'm saying?
So you're pretty logical.
I'm extremely logical. He's very logical too. But I'm logical with a hint of cynical. You know?
Okay.
I don't know what it is. But I don't know. I need to be more fairy tale-y.
Well, maybe you'll get that fairy tale-y feeling next year.
Yeah?
Maybe you just need a little more time. I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe. As my voice is breaking.
That's hilarious.
I don't know. Here's the thing, though. I feel like if I were to want to do that with anyone, it would be him.
That's awesome. I mean, I saw you guys together and you're super cute.
Yes, you did.
You guys are super, super cute.
You did. You even asked us how long we've been together. And after I told you 2.5 years, you were like, wait, that's surprising because you guys are so love struck.
Yeah, it was how I feel like most people are within the first year. Is how you guys were acting. And I was like, this has to be a new relationship. And you were no, 2.5 years. I was like, Daryl.
I know. No, we get that a lot, actually. In the beginning, we were just so like that. One of his friends told us the honeymoon phase, it's supposed to last 7 months or so.
Okay.
So once we passed a year and we were still in the honeymoon phase, we were like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then
but you guys don't see each other all the time, right?
Not all the time. No.
So that helps.
Yeah, he lives in Cabo, actually.
Right.
I don't know if that helps or if it makes it worse.
See, with my husband's job, he's gone normally 5 to 6 months out of the year. But in that 5 to 6 months, I see him at least every month. I think the longest we went without seeing each other is 2 months. And honestly, it makes our relationship better. And I think that's why we do so well together because he has his time, I have my time. And then when we get to see each other, it's just so special.
Right. Right. I think that's a great formula. See, I would be able to do the whole marriage thing if that was the case. I want to be able to be with each other for a few months and then I kind of want to go into my own space for a month.
Right.
But then it's how come no one has ever done that? So I don't want to be the first one who brings it up.
I mean, if he stays in Cabo and you stay here, it could be easy to...
We're not going to do that forever.
I know.
You know, the point of long distance is that eventually one of you has to move to the other person's city. Otherwise, it just doesn't really make sense.
No.
So I'm saying, let's say we do move into the same house. That's the part I think I'm most terrified of.
Okay.
When it comes to marriage. Because it's like you're in really close quarters with someone for a really long time.
Right.
And it's all the time. And it's like no matter how much you love someone, I don't think you're supposed to be with them all the time. I think that's unhealthy to do that.
I agree. I actually have heard of a few couples that are divorcing after quarantine because they've been together 24/7. And that's not normal for any relationship. Like, you should never be with your person 24/7. It's going to cause fights. It's going to cause hostility. So, I think having your own stuff and space in your own life is very important. Even your own group of friends, like that you can hang out with them together, but also apart.
Right.
Is important.
Right. And I'm very much like that. Like, my best friend ever will like come visit me in LA, and she stays in my house, and I'm more than happy to have her. Like, I always invite her. But then 3 days go by and I'm ready for her to leave. I'm counting the minutes.
I hope she's not listening to this.
Oh no, she knows. I tell her all the time. I'm like, so is it today that you're leaving or is it tomorrow?
Oh, I love the honesty.
And then I would be happy to have her again next time. But then let's say if she was to come and stay 2 weeks, then next time is probably going to be further down the road than it normally would be.
Yeah.
You know? So then the same rules kind of apply with marriage. It's like, look, dude, I love you so much. Don't get me wrong. But I love my space also. And I love being alone. And I love not having to hold back my farts sometimes.
I know, right? Don't hold them back anymore. You know, it is what it is after a while. It's like, babe, this is what you're getting. Me and my stinky farts.
How long was it until you guys reached that level?
I mean, I still try not to.
Yeah.
Obviously, out of like trying to be a lady, but like I definitely do. Yeah. Here and there. Not like him, you know. Guys freaking just let it all out, right?
Yeah,
it's not
and they're
fair,
proud of it.
And they're proud of it.
The bigger it sounds, the more proud the look on their face.
Yeah.
Like, did you see what I did?
Exactly.
Unfortunately, I did.
I would say comfortability-wise, I was probably a year into it for me.
Yeah.
I feel like after a year, it's like you really get to know that person, and it's a make or break decision. Like if you can't make it past a year, you're done. You're not going to get back together, and it's not going to work out.
The fart test is always a good evaluation to know where people are in their relationships. Whenever people are like, "Oh, we're so close," and I'm like, "Have you farted in front of him yet?" No, I would never.
Not that close.
Not that close.
Yeah. I mean, I know couples that legit take shits in front of each other.
Oh.
And I will never do that. Like, excuse me, but if I'm taking a shit, you better not be in the bathroom.
No.
If he's taking a shit, I'm not going near that. I know what his farts smell like. I do not want to be around his shits.
And man farts are nowhere near woman farts, let me tell you. Girl.
I agree. Yeah, definitely not.
What did you eat, bro? Dead body?
Oh, boy. How do we get on this topic?
I think that was the most difficult phase of my relationship. When we first started dating, please tell me you had the same. I would not poop.
Oh, yeah.
For days.
No, I think everyone does that.
And the way, like, we would, because he doesn't live in the same city, I would come up with plans to, like, get myself away. I would, like, devise a whole fucking plan. Like, imagine we would go and, oh, my God, I will never forget this hotel. You guys don't ever stay at Line Hotel in LA. That was the first place we stayed. It's, like, this nice, like, industrial hotel, whatever. The bathroom door, first of all, is glass.
Oh, no.
Which is like, I don't get it. It's like a little blurry. And then it's like one of those slidey doors. And then it doesn't fully get shut. And it doesn't lock.
So you never had private time.
As soon as we got there and I saw the bathroom door, I knew that I wasn't going to spend the night. And that was like the first time he came to LA and we were like super excited to be with each other. We went and got dinner, whatever. And then I just came up with an excuse and I went home.
Oh
and
my
he
gosh.
thought that the date had gone really bad and that like we're not gonna continue dating anymore because it was a really bad sign that I like left to go home. And I was like, no.
Did you tell him now? Like, does he know the truth now?
Yeah, he does. I was like, dude, that door wouldn't even fully close.
Yeah.
What is that? I should have left a Yelp review for that hotel.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I love it.
Or like we would go to a restaurant. So my only time to poop was whenever we would go to restaurants, right? So I would go to the bathroom and I would be so nervous because I didn't want it to take super long because then he would know that I pooped. So God forbid. So I would like go there and I would like breathe, try to be as fast as I could. And then I would come out of the bathroom with a full-on made-up story of how this woman started talking to me in the bathroom and we got to know each other and we got so close and then the sink wouldn't work and then they had to call the fire department to come fix it and I was just there to watch it all.
Oh my God.
And then he would just be like, okay. Like, he would just, like, not even really care, but I would, like, go in and give him more detail to make sure that he believes my
Like,
story.
you could have just came back and, like, continued your dinner, but, like, you felt like, okay, I have to come up with an excuse of why I was gone for more than 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was devastating. I remember one time I went 3 days without pooping.
Oh, God.
I was terrible.
I don't even remember, really. I just know I used to be worried about it, like, really, really worried about it. But even eating, like I feel like I'm such a big eater.
Same.
And I would eat like super, super small, like barely eat, which is weird. And then a year into it, he's like, holy shit, you can really throw down. And I'm like, yeah, I was just holding back the first year. Like you didn't have any idea how much I could eat.
It's so funny. I remember the same exact thing. My boyfriend, when we first started dating, he would be like, oh my God, you eat like a bird. Mm-hmm. And now he's like, you're a cow. Yes. You are an actual pig. I'm like, I know. And you're stuck with me.
Exactly.
It's the beauty of it. That's why I don't ever want to go back to dating.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I don't even know. I've been so out of the game. I don't even know. I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, right? It's like you become irrelevant. Mm-hmm. You're like, what do kids like these days?
Yeah. I've been out of the game so long, like I've never even had any of the dating apps. Like I never had Tinder. What is it? Hinder? No.
Hinge, Tinder, and Bumble. Well, I think Tinder is just for fuck.
It is now, right?
I think everyone knows that now.
Yeah.
Like if you're there looking for a husband, just wasting your time.
Wrong place. Yeah.
I do know a couple who got married off of Tinder.
It was probably earlier on, though.
Yeah, many years ago. Mm-hmm. Bumble and Hinge, I know many people.
I know a few, too.
Yeah.
I know a few couples out of it, so.
Yeah.
It works.
I've never been on one.
Okay, you haven't?
And I could possibly never.
I know.
I feel like I would just muck everything about it, which is just me. But it's just so not organic, I feel like.
But I get why people do it.
Yeah.
You know, if you're in a business or something where you're around all males or you're not meeting new people and you're in a small town, like I think, how else are you going to meet people?
Go out.
Yeah, but if you're in a small town and you go out, you know everyone out. Everyone.
Then you're going to know everyone on Tinder. Because they're in your radius, right? Tinder works based on radius.
I think you could do a pretty big radius if you decided to. Like you could do like 50 miles, right?
Right. Then go to a bar outside of your town.
Yeah.
Drive an hour.
Yeah.
Drive 45 minutes, whatever. Put on your cute outfit. I don't know, as a girl, it's just something else when you put on your cute dress and you wear your high heels and you do your hair and makeup and you go outside and you pretend like you're not looking around. You pretend like you're minding your own business. And then someone comes up to you and there's this like flirting and like the push and the pull and it's all in that to me.
Yeah.
You know, it's like me and my boyfriend, when we talk about the first day that we like talked, it's that chemistry, that like so much of our relationship is so depending on that first interaction.
Right.
You know,
right.
just because it was so organic. It was so just like, you
definitely.
know.
There's something, it's definitely easier in person than like, oh, the texting game. Like, what do I say back to him? What does he say back to me?
It's like it all sounds the same. It's all the same pickup lines.
Yeah. Very true.
And then it's just kind of like lame when people ask you, how'd you guys meet? It's like, what do you say?
Tinder.
I'm sorry if I'm making some people
Bumble.
totally bad out there. But
it does work for people. So
yeah, I would come up with a story though.
A fake story?
A fake story. Yeah. I would.
Why not?
Fuck it. Fuck it. I was riding my horse and we just like our horses bumped into each other and like I just fell into his arms and I raised my head and I stared into his eyes.
That's pretty magical. I believe you. I believe you.
Fake stories are the best. I remember when I was a kid, I would like fall all the time and I would get these like random bruises and scars and I would get them the lamest ways and I wouldn't want to tell people that I was an idiot and I just like fell. So I would tell them like this fake story of how I was like riding a wild bull and like I lost control and I fell and I got this.
Did they actually believe you?
Yeah, because I would give so many details.
Wow. You should write books or something.
Oh boy.
That's hilarious. I love it.
Anyway. I'm a psychopath, I know.
The best kind of psychopath.
Do you have any psychopath traits?
What are psychopaths' traits?
Okay, I'll tell you some of the ones that I have that people tell me all the time.
Okay.
I sleep with my curtains open. I love waking up in the morning with the sunlight in my eyes.
Wow, I love pitch black. Or
yeah.
I wake up with the sun.
Yeah.
So if I did that, I would be up at the crack of dawn.
Yeah.
I need curtains. Sometimes I wear an eye mask and earplugs.
Oh, wow.
I am a very, very light sleeper.
Wow. I'm dead when I'm sleeping. I'm a dead body.
I wish I had that deep of a sleep.
So I love waking up in the morning with like the sunlight in my eyes and I wake up and it's just like a Cinderella moment.
Will it wake you up or can you sleep through it?
I can sleep through it if I want to.
Okay, gotcha.
I can take commands if I want to. Like if we want to. No, I can sleep through it if I want to.
So I didn't know that was a psychopath trait. Did you just make that up or is it actually?
That's something that my friends tell me all the time because whenever we fly out to like different cities to shoot, whoever model is staying in my room, they like to close the first curtain that's like kind of like the sheer one and then the second one that's just like the blackout one.
Yeah.
And I just go right back and I open both of them. And then they're like, wait, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, well, I like it this way, but then I understand them and I close it because they make more sense.
Okay. Well, that's nice of you. Because you also need to think if you have lights on at night and it's dark, people can see in your room. Does that not bother you either?
No. My curtains in my house are open all the time.
Can people just easily look in? Or do you have a pretty private area?
I'll put on a show. No, I'm kidding.
See, that's the other thing. Like, I don't want people to look into my house. So
which is normal.
I close all the blinds at night. Like, even if I'm just on the couch watching TV, my blinds are closed.
Yeah. Okay. When I'm having like sex calls with my boyfriend, I close them because I'm like, that's weird if they're like looking in, you know. If I'm like changing my clothes, I close them, but sometimes I just have to like hold my boobs and run from my room to the kitchen, and I just like hope that no one's looking.
So
at
you
me.
think about it?
I do.
Okay.
I do. But also like the neighbor is like far out, and I always look into his house to see if I can see inside his house because then that would mean that he can see inside my house. And I can never see inside his house except one time. And he was wearing a wife beater and I was like, oh no, this is the guy that is possibly seeing inside my house.
So you don't know him?
I don't know him. He knows me.
That's hilarious. Love it.
I don't know him. He knows me. Yeah, a couple of times, a couple of my neighbors actually asked me, they're like, are you Pani? I was like, yeah. One time actually happened a couple of weeks ago when one of my neighbors told me my name and my exact apartment number.
Oh,
and I was like,
I don't like that.
And then one time, and then he DM'd me. He was like, I have a job opportunity for you. I was like, I'm good.
No. So he just knew you from Instagram.
But then how did he know my apartment number?
Oh, boy. He better. Oh, that's scary.
Maybe he's just like my next door neighbor, you know? Because I ran into him. I ran into him in the hallway a few times.
I would try to find out.
I'm moving out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I just like to take these things easily and like don't get myself creeped out, you know? Because I live by myself, and if I were to like scare myself, I feel like I would just like always be paranoid.
Definitely.
But, I don't know. I need to be more careful too.
I have a security system now, so I'm like less paranoid when I'm alone.
Yeah?
It's nice. It's a nice feeling.
Helps?
Yeah, definitely. I set it when I like am in for the night, and then I don't even think about it. Even if I hear a noise, I'm like, oh, my alarm's on. I'm fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
My boyfriend set agaves in his house for security.
I don't know what that is.
Agave? It's like those cactus-looking plants.
Oh.
So I tell him, I'm like, wait, babe, like we don't have enough security here. He's like, I have agaves. I'm like, wow, is that like Mexican security? I have cactus.
So he's just hoping that people run into it, and
yeah,
because it's dark inside, and he's like,
yeah, that's what he says. He's like, look, if somebody was to jump, they would not jump because they would see the. I'm like, that's not how it works. People plan shit. They can jump around it. They can put a ladder. There's multiple things they can do. And then he goes, well, I'll put more agaves.
sounds like he's got it figured out.
And he's like, I have dogs. I'm like, dude, they can shoot your dogs dead.
Well, that's true. I wish I had a dog, though, to like bark and make scary noises sometimes.
Yeah, but they're cute.
Yeah, I probably want to get a mean barking dog. So
yeah, that's just an excuse for him to get more dogs. We have 3 dogs and 2 goats.
Oh my God, I love goats.
Why?
I've always wanted a goat. Always.
Come to our house in Mexico.
They're
we have
so
2.
Cute.
Well, you're thinking like those little ones that you see on Instagram.
Even the big ones I think are cute.
They are cute. Their names are Steve and Jennifer.
Oh, that's funny. Jennifer the goat.
Jennifer.
And Steve.
Jennifer is how we call her.
What about Steve? Does he have a special way to pronounce Steve?
No.
Aw.
No, it's just Steve. Steve. So we tell our friends, oh, come to our house. 2 of our friends are there. Steve and Jennifer, come meet them. So they come to our house.
I love it.
And then every time me and boyfriend would just look at each other and we start laughing. We got them.
Do you guys make goat cheese?
No.
Are they just there to mow the lawn?
So yeah, they do that, and their poop is fertilizers. And then my boyfriend's planning on eating their babies.
What do you mean?
It's really sad. He's planning on like getting Jennifer pregnant and then like having like baby goat meat.
Don't they in Mexico they bury it in the dirt? Or does that pigs? Do you know what I mean when they do that and like cook it for hours in the dirt?
That might be pigs.
That's pigs, huh?
I think so.
Okay.
But
baby goat meat. That sounds horrible.
I know. And I told him, I was like, if we're going to do that, we can't name them.
Exactly.
We can't play with them and spend time with them.
Oh my God, no.
At least I can't.
No way. That's why I don't I don't have room for this anyway, but I think it'd be cool to have chickens. But then I would love the chickens. They would become my pet. And I would, I wouldn't be able to eat them. There's no way.
No.
There's no way. If I have an attachment to an animal.
Yeah, having chickens is also really good. We used to have chickens in our house in San Jose. We had like 5 of them. We had like fresh eggs every day. It was awesome.
That'd be nice.
So good. We're about to get chickens in Mexico too. And he grows all the vegetables and fruits in his garden.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's so sick.
That's awesome.
Like we were making pizza and I was like, babe, do you have any basil? And he was like, yeah, give me a sec. Ran outside, grabbed some basil, came inside. He was like, here. I was like, what?
That's so nice.
So cool. He's so into those things. Like he's super into like plants. And just,
very cool.
Yeah.
Perks of having land. Perks of not being in a city.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, he's got land.
He's got all the land.
He's got all the land. Okay. Tell me about the hardest thing you and your husband had to like overcome.
Oh, probably. Well, we started dating so young. And then I moved right in with him. I was 23. He was 22 when I moved in. And so I think for us, it was kind of growing up through our 20s together.
Right.
Was definitely the hardest part. And trying to date and still live together is definitely hard. Because we were doing long distance for a year before I moved in. So then when I moved in is when we really got to know each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I knew no one else in California. So I just had him for like a solid 6 months.
How long after dating, or how long was it that you guys were dating before you moved in?
A year long distance.
A year.
Yeah, about.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a lot to get to know each other. For some reason, it worked for us because I feel like that could be a make or break situation that we were in, but it worked. But definitely growing up together through our 20s and just learning the other person's behavior and accepting it.
Right.
Is very hard.
Well, you have to be compatible. You can't just accept everything.
Yeah.
There are certain things you can accept, and then there are certain things that you're like, no, it's not in me to accept this.
We are very compatible. Our friends always say, like, tell us that. But we're also very different. And so I think that works out for us too.
Yeah, you want to like have kind of like the same values and goals and like outlooks on life, but then it's kind of like cool to have like pieces of puzzle, like wherever you're missing, he has those parts. So like it's good being different in those ways.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like what are the ways you guys are different?
Well, probably like our core values. I'm a Cancer, and he's a Sagittarius. So I like being home. Family's the most important to me. And then there's him where he likes being home now too. But when we were younger, he was always go, 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 and always, always work oriented. So that his work was always first, where like for me, I would always put like family first.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So that's probably our biggest difference. And now as we're matured and older, his has changed a little bit. But now that's the thing I love most about him is that he's so headfirst into his job and his career. I love it. Mm-hmm. You know?
So he's probably like an NT because your personality type, ESFJ, we were talking about how much you care about people and people around you and loved ones, friends and family. So he is someone who cares so much about his job. It would have been cool if we knew his personality type.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to do that next time.
Yeah. Yeah, and you guys were, so was that like, would you say that was like the biggest problem in the whole like relationship? That was it? The fact that he focused on work a lot?
We really didn't have many problems. I think another hard part, which females that have moved away from their homes with their boyfriend and you don't have your safety net anymore. So you don't have your friends, you don't have your family. You're like entering into their world. Mm-hmm. And then I moved into his apartment on top of that. That's a very interesting feeling because you're like, okay, where's my safety net? And you go out and it's all of his friends and he's the top gun. And you're like, okay, like when am I going to feel like I have friends here and stuff? So that was probably the hardest part. And none of that was his fault. Right. It was just me trying to like find my place and be comfortable and like, you know, make my own grounds. Mm-hmm. So that was the hardest part.
So you moved here from Pennsylvania?
Yes, Pittsburgh.
Okay. So he's lived here when you guys were doing long distance. You were still over at your house.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, okay.
And he's from here. He's from Orange County, born and raised. So he's had the same friends out here forever. His family was out here. You know, it was all like his stuff and me like trying to find my place and where I fit into it.
Right. But you found it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I would say it took me like a good 2 years to feel like I felt like I belonged.
Right.
But I also started to make my own friends at that point. You know what I mean? So it's just adjusting. It's just adjusting to a different world.
Well, you're lucky that you were able to do that because what if, like, you didn't like his friends or, like, you know?
If I didn't like his friends and, like, his community, I don't think we would still be together. Mm-hmm. You know, there's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way you can do that. I don't know how people could.
Did you ever clash with anyone?
No.
Really?
No.
Interesting.
Maybe one time. There was one instant but it was because of drinking, more or less, that I had one argument with one of his best friends. But that was years ago and only once, so it's been pretty good.
Was he getting shit-faced all the time and you were like, bro?
No, it wasn't even a fight with him. It was a fight with his friend.
Yeah. So what was he doing?
Oh, yeah. He was pretty drunk and just started saying remarks about me, like, just drunken, like, what's that, like, fake smile you always have? And I don't know if it was also, like, a jealous thing because it was his best friend at the time that, like, maybe he felt I was stepping in and taking his best friend, and I don't know.
Oh, God.
Yeah. But that's the only time, so I feel like it's pretty good.
Okay. Fake smile. I mean, that's not even that bad.
I have a very real smile, by the way.
You do. You have a very beautiful smile.
Thank you.
Fake smile.
But now we're all good. We hang out all the time.
You should bring it up next time you see him.
Be like, hey, remember that one time, that one night?
No, you're such an easygoing person. I can, like, hardly see you, like, clashing with people.
I really don't until, like, someone gives me a reason.
What was the biggest clash you've ever had in your life? I'm curious.
In my life, probably I used to work with this one girl. I'm not going to say any names, but she was very fake. She was very manipulative, and I'm pretty sure she was a narcissist and would be super nice to my face and then like make up stuff and tell the people that we were around stuff about me, and was just very, very sneaky and untrusting.
Sounds like the girl that I was talking about, the other ESFJ girl. Wait, is this her name? Because everyone also knows her.
No.
Okay.
I think I might know who that is, though.
Everybody knows her, I swear.
I don't know her well, but I think I know of her. Yeah. It's hilarious.
It would have been funny if it was the same girl. So what happened? She was like making shit up about you?
Yeah, it was like a series of things that just all built up into one moment, and I finally like got the nerve to call her out about a lot of stuff because we worked together consistently for probably 3 years.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, 3 years, and I finally like called her out on it. And
what were the type of things that she was like saying about you?
She would just say like random stuff to like the people we worked with. Like she would be like, well, Dessie doesn't want to do that, or Dessie wouldn't do that. And I was doing it. Mm-hmm. So it was just anything to throw me under the bus, like any stupid thing just to make me look bad. Like she wanted to be the head. She wanted to be the best. Right. And even though I thought we were working together, she always thought she wanted to be a step ahead of me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like someone like that. And I never looked at it like that because it was a job where it always needed to be two people. So I'm like, perfect. We're going to grow together. We're going to be like this brand. Right. And it was never like that in her eyes. Like she wanted to be the only one. Right. But it wasn't a solo job.
Unfortunately, in the modeling industry, it's in my personal experience, I've seen more girls like that than the other way. That's why working with you was so amazing. I remember the first day after our shoot, me and my boyfriend got in the car, and I was telling him I love this whole crew, especially Dessie, the other model, because it just didn't feel like a competition with her. Right. And there are so many times you go on the shoots and there are other models, and it just, from the vibe that they give you, it feels like, oh, we're in a fucking competition. Like girls always, not always, but a lot of girls, most girls always have this competition vibe about him that they just want to like come on top, whether it's like, and it's fine, come on top by working harder, by being better, not by bringing others down. Right. I'm completely okay with admitting that someone else is better than me if they are better than me. But don't do it by bringing me down to raise yourself up. Do it by being better.
Right. And I feel like there's a time and a place for competition. Like, if we're like, for instance, you and I were both hired for the same job, same pay, we were making money. Yeah. Like, but so why would we look at that as a competition? Like, we're working together for 2 days for a catalog. Cool. We're going to make money. It's going to be great. But other girls will look at it like, I want to be better than her. And it's like, well, why? Like,
what reasons for, honey? You're making the same amount of money.
Right. Like, how is this going to benefit you? And it's just going to make the whole day feel weird. You know, I'm a competitive person when I'm supposed to be competitive. Like, if I'm in a race, if I'm like actually trying to beat someone at something. But like when it comes to work and it's not a competition, like I'm all for doing good together and being the best together. Like, I don't know.
It's like you can actually make shit so much better when you don't have that vibe, and when your energy and your vibe is friendly and you pick each other up and you help each other. You give the other model like a cup of water and she gives you half of her sandwich and you guys are friendly.
Right.
That vibe makes your day go so much easier.
Right. For the whole crew.
For
like
the whole
everyone
crew.
senses that. And I think that day everyone sensed that.
Yeah.
And even the photographer was like, oh my gosh, this is the best crew we've had on one of these shoots. So it's just an all around good vibe.
It's so much better to get along so that everybody excels than like try to prove that no, only I'm worthy of excelling and getting. And it's like, it's not an audition.
Exactly.
You know, it's not a casting. It's not an interview where you actually like, there's a place for one person, you have to beat them. Because that would be understandable a little more.
Right. Agreed.
Your personality type also has a lot of really strict moral codes. And that's something that I love about ESFJs. Because my aunt, even though I don't get along with her, but I respect her. I don't like her, but I love her. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know, it's like you don't necessarily need to get along with someone to respect them. It's like I stay away from her, but her moral codes and everything that like she stands for, it's very strong. And would you say you feel the same? Like you have like a lot of principles. I think ESFJs have principles and they don't go around them.
Yeah, I would say I definitely do. I have very strong morals, but I'm also very open.
Yeah.
So like I don't like close myself off to certain things, but I do like know how I like things done. I know what I expect from my friends. I know what I expect from my family and my relationships. And yeah, so I would say I definitely have strong morals.
But open-minded.
But I'm open-minded, yeah. I always see both sides of everything.
Oh, when you said open-minded, I was thinking like anal.
Why does that not surprise me?
Just kidding. Not really. Oh, man. I don't know what goes on in my head sometimes. What are your love languages?
Oh.
Do you know those ones? Let me name you.
Okay, yeah, name them.
Words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch.
I think when I took that test, my number one was quality time.
Yeah.
I'm very much quality time. What was next? Maybe words of affirmation.
Those would be the two that I would think about you.
Really?
Yeah. Like I would never think receiving gifts would be you.
No. I don't really care. Like I've never been one like that. Even growing up, my mom would always be like, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I'd be like, "I don't know." Like it just was never important to me.
Right.
You know, and it still really isn't. Like I can appreciate it.
Right.
I appreciate like a nice gift, but I would rather do something cool or like have a cool experience.
Right. Like, yeah. Yeah, I see that. I recently had like I don't want to say a fight, but like a bit of a misunderstanding with my boyfriend over that.
Oh.
Because some topics are sensitive. You know, like gifts, I would say is a sensitive topic, especially if you're the one who's basically saying, I want it.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It's like a little weird. And guys feel weird about it. So what he does, his love language is quality time, and I forget his other one. I should know this.
Acts of service, maybe?
Probably acts of service. Yeah, but he cares a lot about like doing cool things together and like experiences and making memories, which I'm all for.
Mm-hmm.
But then it comes like when you get into the details of it, it's like, okay, but then comes budgeting, right?
Right.
It's like, let's say for Valentine's Day, right? He took us to like a fucking $700 dinner, which was very unnecessary.
Gotcha.
So I told him, look, this dinner was fucking amazing, but we could have gone to a $300 dinner and you could have gotten me a gift for $400.
Right.
And he was like, oh, you care about gifts. I was like, first of all, I do, and I'm not going to feel guilty about it. So nice try. Second of all, I'm just like, I'm not even saying spend more money in order to get me a gift also on top of the money. I'm just saying manage your money a little better so that we can do both. Because I also care about quality time and experiences and doing like making memories. I'm not saying, no, spend all the $700 on a gift and like it doesn't even matter if we like make a memory or not. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying don't spend all of your money on just one thing.
That is a very expensive dinner.
You could have managed your money better. I'm not saying spend more money on me. I'm just saying like manage your money better so that we can do two things instead of one.
Right.
You know?
No, definitely.
But that was something that he did not take well.
Well, you're still learning about each other.
Yeah.
So hopefully he takes that in and he can appreciate it, you know? And like make sure that you're getting what you want and he's getting what he wants, and then
he just wants a blowjob. That's it.
That's pretty easy.
Like really easy. Just put a ribbon on it. And he's happy. But no, it took us a year or no, like a year and a half into dating when we realized, you know what, it's really important that we figure out each other's love languages before we move on, because it's like we would have these like tiny little misunderstandings where it could have been avoided had we known that these are the two top things that I care about, and these are the two top things that he cares about.
No, that's smart.
Yeah, so that was a bit of a misunderstanding, but we talked about it a couple times, and then I was like, you know what? My love language is not even receiving gifts. It's acts of service.
Okay.
You know? It wasn't so much that I wanted a gift. It was that I wanted him to manage his money better for the both of us. But also, my car was just broken into, and my backpack and my wallet and sunglasses and everything was stolen. So I actually would have appreciated if he like bought me a card holder. So I feel like it's not so much the gift. That's why I classified as acts of service, because it would have been a service to me if he had paid attention to the pattern of things in my life and like known that, hey, my shit was just stolen.
Right.
So I would appreciate a card holder over a $700 dinner.
Right.
That I'm going to like poop out in an hour. You know?
That makes sense. That makes sense. You just wanted to know that he was like paying attention and did something that thoughtful, because that would have been like very, very thoughtful.
Very thoughtful. Very thoughtful. But he always pays a lot of attention.
Good.
But to him, it's like making memories and experiencing like cool things together.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I get it, but I need a card holder.
I feel like I'm lucky in that sense that both myself and my husband love to like do experiences together. Yeah. So like he doesn't really care about gifts. He always jokes and he's like, "When are you gonna buy me stuff? Will you buy me stuff?" Like, and he would probably like me to buy more stuff. Yeah. But we both are on the same page with that. But he loves acts of service. Yeah. He loves that.
Like what?
Oh, me doing laundry, me buying food, me making dinner, like catering to him kind of. Like he's never done the test for me. He won't. He thinks it's stupid.
This?
Love language.
Oh, come on, boy.
But I know, stupid. Like now I know what his are for sure. It definitely is number one is acts of service.
Yeah, after 8 years.
Yeah.
So cooking, I think that's every man's.
Yeah.
I think most men's, I mean, I don't want to generalize again, but I think physical touch and probably acts of service would be like most men's love language. Physical, basically touch me and serve me.
I think you're right.
Lick me and feed me.
Yeah, like what man? Yeah, that's true.
Right?
If I'm thinking about the other ones.
Like, what else do you want as a man?
Words of confirmation.
You're
maybe.
pretty?
I don't know. Maybe some guys need that. I think some guys definitely would need that.
I think everyone needs it once in a while,
Yeah.
even men. It's kind of sad how underappreciated sometimes men are. It's like, I gave my receptionist at the hotel, it was a guy, I gave him a compliment and he was losing his mind.
Really?
He was losing his mind. I told him his head was down working on a computer, and I told him, is that your natural hair color? He was like, yeah. I was like, it's really pretty. And he started giggling out of control.
Aww.
And I was like, it's sad because like I always give people compliments, anything that I like notice, even if it's a guy. And I realize men take it so differently than women. Like men are so not used to receiving compliments.
That they don't know how to they don't know how to take it.
No.
That's hilarious.
Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think we need to like tell men they're pretty too. A little more.
That's nice.
They need it.
Yeah.
I tell my boyfriend he's pretty all the time.
So do I.
Because he really is.
Does he take it well? Because my husband just like is like, shut up. Like, no, I'm not. Like he gets like weird about it. Like, no, shut up.
Well, that's actually how I would want my boyfriend to take it. But he's the opposite. He literally like goes into a full-on supermodel mode.
Oh, that's funny.
I swear, like we would be on FaceTime and I'm like, you're so pretty. And he just like starts making like poses for the camera. And I'm like, okay.
That's funny though. That's cute.
Stop that. And he's just like, I know, I'm a beautiful man. I'm like, fuck. Can I take it back?
Good for him, though.
But it's like you expect men to like get awkward when they get a compliment.
Yeah, I love that he doesn't. That's funny.
Yeah, no, he loves himself.
He is very attractive.
Oh, I know.
So, at least... He was very nice, though. Like, he didn't seem like a guy that's attractive and knows it. Maybe he acts like he knows it to you. But I feel like the little bit that I was with him, he seemed very nice.
But no, he's a very manly looking guy, which is my type. Like, I was never into pretty boys.
Same, me neither.
I had a moment, not gonna lie. I had a moment where I was like into like six packs and like blue eyes and, like that whole look. But then whenever we would go to dinner, they wouldn't pick up the check.
Oh. Have you dated a model?
Yeah.
I have never even been remotely attracted to a model.
I know. I understand it now. I understand it now.
I used to tell all my single girlfriends, like, if you look at their profiles, whether it be on like anything like Facebook, Instagram, and they have shirtless photos, mirror selfies, I say, stay clear. Like, we can do it. We can do our mirror selfies. Like, girls can do it. I don't know why. If guys do it, I feel like they have issues. Like, I'm like, there's something wrong with him.
Like, you love yourself too much, and we don't like that.
I'm like, we would never get along. Like, I already know.
Why do you think that is, though? Because it's like, if you work hard for something, you're going to want to show it to people.
Yeah, so I guess it would be how it's done.
Right.
Because I get where people want to, like, they're proud of their hard work and they take care of their bodies, and you have to appreciate that. So I guess it's how it's done more than if it's everyone.
No, I totally get it. It's like, I think when you post a picture like that, what's really important about it is your caption.
Yeah.
Because that says what your mindset is as you're posting this picture. And your caption better be something funny or self-deprecating, not like a Gandhi quote that's completely irrelevant or just like...
tacos for lunch.
Yeah, or just like something that like raises you even higher. You gotta understand, if you're doing something that like raises you high and then you have to like do something that balances out.
Right.
Does that make sense? Like if you're posting like a really hot picture of yourself, your caption cannot also be about you being hot.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Or even like, I don't know. I can appreciate trainers because that's their job.
Right. That's different.
So that's totally different.
Right.
You know, they're trying to teach people how to be in the best shape of their lives. Like, it's a very different situation. So I think it's situational for sure.
Right. And then, like, if every other picture is like a selfie, it's just like when guys take selfies, I don't know what it is about it. It's just not masculine.
It's a turnoff.
You know what's the biggest? Well, I'm going to name the two biggest when it comes to social media. Guys should never do the duck face. Ever.
Ever. Oh, God.
I don't care how good you look when you're doing it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
I agree.
And don't wear those filters. Those are for women.
Oh,
those pretty filters, the dog filter with the silly ears, those are for women. Those are for girls.
That's kind of strange.
When men do shit like that, it's like it's just not hot. It's not masculine.
I'm with you 100%.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like that looks like a guy who doesn't have a 401k.
That looks like a guy that shaves his legs. I like my men hairy.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me, girl.
No, I can't stop laughing. This was really fun. I didn't even feel the time.
Super fun.
This was a good time.
Super fun.
What's your man's name?
Zach.
Tell Zach I said hi.
I will. I'll have to make him listen to us. Oh, God. He'll love it.
I don't think my boyfriend will.
Mine probably won't either. Let's be real.
Let's keep them away from these episodes.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, guys.
Move with the rhythm. Shake it up, stop when the clock hits 13. You've been working, but you're flirting.